All right, welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Set List of Life with the former bandmates of Dolly Pursue. Tonight we have Aaron on guitar.
Hello, hello.
Christine on drums.
Hi.
Kirsten on keyboard.
Hello.
And I'm Leslie. I'm your vocalist for this evening. Tonight our podcast is based on the song So What from Pink. Just because, you know, so what? We've kind of had we've actually been talking quite a bit before we started, hit the record button. So what?
Yeah.
So there.
So what?
So
I'm
there.
still a rock star.
So there you go.
And
We
there
all
you
are.
go.
Yeah. And
Now-
it is lucky number 13.
Oh, it is
episode.
lucky.
Oh, it
number
is.
13.
Wow.
Yes.
We've been doing this for a fair bit there.
Forever.
We have. We've
for
been doing
13 sessions.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
then some.
And that was over like Christmas and stuff where we skipped weeks and
Yeah.
we've skipped a few weeks.
I made
so
a few
that's pretty
practice
good.
weeks. That was pretty good.
Oh, that's true. We did have a few warm up weeks.
Yes. Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, there was a warm up to this.
Sometimes there's things that we can't record.
Yeah, and then yes, there often
There are a few things that we can't record.
yes, but anyway,
Yeah.
so what? What's happening, guys? What's happening tonight?
Well, I have a quick something that I want our audience and you guys to check out.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Today, I was on the old YouTube
The old
and I
YouTube.
came across a new show that for me, I'm not really into America's Got Talent and Sing or whatever it is. I'm not into those shows.
Right.
They're too Hollywood for me.
Yes.
There's a new show called No Cover, and the judges are Alice Cooper,
Oh.
Bishop Briggs,
I don't know.
Wow.
Who is that? I don't know who that
We did one of his songs.
Yeah, we did a Bishop
River.
Briggs
We
song.
did
We did
River.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
River.
really
Again,
good.
that was after
Yeah,
me?
she's a she.
Okay.
Liz Hale from Hailstorm,
Right?
Wow, I know nothing.
Bush,
Oh, I know
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and Tosin Abasi, who is it's a metal band, Animals as Leaders. He plays an 8-string guitar. They're extremely technical. He's very brainy.
Oh,
He's-
gotcha. Right.
So you have these 5 angles, and a band goes live in a small venue, probably a little bit bigger than this,
Right.
and plays an original song in front of them. And then they actually, not like America's Got Talent or any of it, they actually give them real critique.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And at the end, they decide who moves on, and who doesn't move on goes and meets with 3 A&R people.
And then they work on it?
And they give them a pass or something. I couldn't really figure out what that part of the show was about.
Okay.
So this is on YouTube?
It was on YouTube.
Interesting.
And the first episode came out today.
And it's
Oh,
made.
okay.
It's like it's made for YouTube.
And what's it
I
called
don't
again?
know. No cover.
No cover.
Like no covers,
Right. Okay.
all originals.
Oh.
And the
Okay,
first
that
band,
I got.
Okay.
I don't want to
It took
spoil it.
Kirsten a minute, but it's all right.
I'm a little sleepy.
It's
I
late.
just woke up.
It's late. The first band is exactly what you think it should be. Now, again, these are all hard rock judges, so you're coming it from a hard rock perspective.
Okay.
It's not pop.
Yeah.
But the first band that comes up, you're like, okay, this is interesting because this is exactly what I expect.
Gotcha.
And then I don't want to spoil it for you, but the judges give their reaction, which is spot on. And they come in with the second band and you're like, wow, I was not expecting that. It's
Is it so
good.
different?
Oh,
It's
okay.
so and the third band, even like, it's just a really good show.
Really?
I actually cannot wait for the second episode.
So when
to
is
come
it
out.
like weekly or what? Or do you know?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, because YouTube, that's just weird. I didn't even know they were like,
That sounds really cool though.
that does sound cool.
It's good. I was impressed by the actual feedback that they were given. And I was like, oh, they're not holding any punches. And this is really good.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So music related, but yeah,
Right.
no cover on
No
YouTube.
cover. I gotta
So
check
then
it out.
they move on. Like so, the next episode will have
New people.
All new bands?
I would imagine 4 new bands.
Okay, and then eventually
there'll
there's
be
like a
judges?
playoff
something,
kind of thing.
maybe possibly.
Sing-off? Playoff.
I have to rewatch it and actually follow the narrative of what exactly is going on, because I was like, what is this? And
Right.
then I was 40 minutes into it going, that was awesome.
Right.
How did you just find it? Just
It
randomly?
it came up in my feed.
Oh,
Did you guys
interesting.
ever watch the songwriting show that they had on?
I did watch 1 or 2 episodes.
What was that called?
I never watched
can't
it.
think.
I don't know.
That was a really good show
That was
too.
decent.
So same kind of deal,
Yeah.
but these were songwriters,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd come in and they'd pitch a song to a celebrity of sorts. They had all different kinds of genres of music, right? But they'd come in and they'd pitch a song to this celebrity, like the Jonas Brothers were on the one episode. Then they would listen to all the songs and they would pick the song that they wanted to move forward with. But then they would take the artist and the song and they'd give them to these established songwriters who'd really kind of
Like,
turn it
Make a
into
song.
an actual song.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah,
like
the cameras
process.
actually
Cool.
went into a room and they would break out into little groups and they would write parts of the song and they'd come
Yeah.
back together and they'd talk about it. Yeah, I think I remember you actually
Probably,
mentioning
yeah.
it maybe 2 years
Years ago, yeah.
3 years ago. And I remember watching it and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was
but
pretty cool. And then
Huh.
they'd bring it back and then the artist would actually record it.
oh, that's
And
cool.
and so I think I think maybe it was the Jonas, I don't know why I remember the Jonas Brothers episode, but I think it was that episode where they couldn't choose and they recorded like 3 of them. Somebody did. They recorded like all of them. They were like, these are all great. But
Wow.
usually they just pick one.
Right.
But it was a really cool process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that
you
is
got
cool.
to see how, they actually develop a song. Someone has a kernel and how they, get
Turn it into something.
yeah, it was really
that's
cool.
neat.
I wish I could remember the name of the show.
I definitely know what show you're talking about.
Yeah.
But
I have no idea.
it's awfully late too. I don't think any of our brains are good.
Yeah, all
No.
our brains are a little
And that's
fried.
our show for the evening.
That's our show for the evening.
Thank you
'cause we're
for
just
Yes,
pretty much done. Yeah.
yes.
So what?
So
I'm still a rock
what?
star.
Yeah, I am still a rock star.
I got my rock moves.
You are a rock star.
Oh my!
So Leslie found your walk-up song.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I was
Blowing
driving.
through the jasmine.
That was a
in
good
my
one for him.
I was driving. I had to wait, and I was like, the worst part was I was driving, and Summer Breeze pops up on my screen in the car, and I wanted to take a picture of it, but like I kept hitting all the green lights. Like I didn't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh no, this song's gonna be over, and so I'm like trying it, and then I was like, do I pull over? Blah. And then I hit a red light, and I was like, click. I caught it just before it went off.
Oh.
But yes, I mean, when's the last time you heard Summer Breeze on the
it's-
radio?
It's been a while.
I was listening. I didn't hear that one, but I was on my way back from Bucknell, Syracuse, I don't know, somewhere, and the 70s channel was
Oh, I
on,
love the 70s channel.
and I heard I Think I Love You, Partridge Boy.
Oh,
That's
Partridge
one of
Family?
my
That's a good one.
favorites.
And I'm bopping to that, and I'm like, I haven't heard this song since I was like 8.
How about She Ran Calling Wild?
Oh, I listened to
Fire?
that the other day on the 70s channel because I like all the Fleetwood Mac and
Yeah, there was
the
a lot of
70s
Fleetwood
has-
Mac on that channel.
70s has had some good songs.
That song used to make me cry when I was little. She
Oh,
lost
yeah.
her horse
Oh, I
in
know.
a
that's-
snowstorm.
Yeah.
It couldn't. When you're 7, it can't get
It's a
much worse than
horse.
that.
Yeah, it's a horse.
And there's that was the worst one. I was gonna say. And there's me and you and a dog named Boo.
That was a happy one.
traveling and living out that's kind of the opposite of emotions.
I think in general, I must have just been a really emotional kid. I was just complaining about JJ earlier, but when I think back, my poor mother. I mean, I wasn't allowed to watch Little House on the Prairie because I cried every episode.
Oh,
wow.
really?
Well, someone's dying again.
Well.
they're always
They're on
shooting
the
the dog or
prairie.
the. I mean, it was hard
People
times.
died on the prairie.
All I remember is
Cold.
Nellie Olson was really mean.
Oh, she was.
She was.
She
mean.
was. Yeah.
And the later years, they had that adopted brother, and he was smoking a pipe, and he set the house on fire. I mean, come on!
I did not see that.
It was
one.
tragic.
That is tragic.
Well, who lets a kid smoke a pipe?
He wasn't supposed to.
Was that
was,
Albert?
Oh,
that
was
was
that the whole
rebellious
point?
in the 1600s
Oh my god!
or whatever that was.
It was later than that.
1600s. I know my
1800s.
history.
1800s.
Okay, it was more like the 1800s. Yes. Albert. His name was Albert.
Albert.
Just
like
like
my
the dog.
Yes.
Don't give the dog a pipe.
Albert and
the
Paul.
dog-
That's the name of the next album.
Don't give the
Dog.
dog
A pipe.
Oh, the dog. The dog.
Reiki Chicken. Is it on Reiki Chicken or is it the album after Reiki Chicken? Or maybe it's the B-side to Reiki Chicken.
B-side.
There you go. Don't give the dog a pipe.
Don't give the dog a pipe.
I think it should be its own album.
Don't give the dog
It's kind
a
of a
pipe.
whole different theme.
It definitely needs its own T-shirt. So,
How about give the dog a pipe?
No. No.
Kirsten, racy. This is a family show.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, we're kind of loopy.
Yeah, a little punch drunk.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
So what?
Yeah, so what?
So-
I'm still a rock star.
Yeah, so
Freaking
what?
Gracious.
I had to laugh. You sent a text about Karen Carpenter.
Yes.
That was
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Who was a
Who
very
knew?
good drummer who kind of looks
Well,
like Christine.
Oddly enough, after you sent that, I went down like a good hour rabbit hole of like looking up.
Yeah, she
Karen
was
Carpenter's
good.
drawing. She was killer.
I
Yeah.
know. Who knew? And she seemed so quiet and sweet, but she was kind of
Right.
feisty and
Exactly.
yeah, like I had like Christine.
It's always the quiet ones.
Yes, I know. she is Christine.
You never know
like,
what's lying inside.
Christine's spirit animal. Like, yeah, like she's
Carpenter's
Spirit animal.
Oh, speaking of T-shirts, that is yours.
There you go.
Karen
Carpenter's my spirit
animal. I'm getting that made up.
yeah.
I think we all need our own.
She
Yours
seems-
can be Reiki Chicken.
Yeah, I'd Reiki
Actually,
chicken.
Chris just ordered me a T-shirt. It says, "Do you remember those Little Miss Sunshine cartoons?
Oh,
Those,
yeah, I
they
know
were
the
like,
books.
Oh
I had all
yeah, the little books with the like brown,
with the brown
yeah,
people.
Mr.
brown
Pickle,
people.
Yes.
Little Miss, what was she, Fussy? Something
Yeah,
like this?
Mr. Grumpy or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
Mr. Bounce.
and it says it's one of those, and it's pink, and it says Little Miss Nebby. And if you're not from Pittsburgh, you wouldn't know that Nebby means that you're nosy. Like, don't be so nebby, don't be a neb nose.
Oh.
And it says Little Miss Nebby on it. And I was
Oh,
like,
that's you.
Where did you find that? I mean,
In
no one
Well,
knows
not
what
that you're
Nebby
nosy,
means.
but I didn't
I'm
know
not
what
yet.
Nebby
I
means.
didn't,
You're not
did you know what
nosy. You're
Nebby
not
means?
Nebby.
Oh, wow, that's an only
That's just a
Leslie.
me. That's only me. But no, he didn't get it because he thought I was Nebby. It's just because I say Nebby.
Oh,
And nobody knows what it means.
I have never heard that
outside
before.
of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
that's so you got your shirt?
Yes. It's I got to wear it now. It's,
Now you
it's-
need
it's-
to wear it.
I think it's from the website he got it from was like Yinstown.
Yinstown?
Yeah.
Now that's
Yinstown or-
Pittsburgh. That
yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
Yinztahn, Yinstown, or something like that. But it's it has all these Pittsburgh things like scratch my back with a hacksaw, like you guys don't, yeah. Okay.
Never heard any of this.
So it has all these things that people
Scratch
say
my back like a hacksaw
with a hacksaw.
with it.
It was a sports announcer. And he would get excited when they would score, and he'd yell, "Scratch my back with a hacksaw!"
Yeah.
like that.
Oh my God, this is like your
Really?
pish posh and a can
Pish
of
posh,
corn.
can of corn,
right?
Pish posh, can of corn. You gotta say it like that.
But it had all these
That's
different
funnier.
things, and one of them was Little Miss Nebby, and I was like, "Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I love it."
All right, well, then that's your shirt. We got yours. Got
Oh,
mine.
we got to get
Reiki
Aaron's.
chicken.
We'll come up with a shirt.
Okay.
Don't you worry,
Yeah,
It'll happen.
it'll happen.
and it won't be black.
But
Gray.
it's gray.
It's gray. Oh, it's
gray.
gray.
It will not be a shade that's dark like that.
There's no black, navy, or gray.
Bright pink.
Ooh, yellow.
I've worn pink quite a bit actually.
You have?
I have 2 pink shirts that I wear.
2.
Two.
I think you need to be
crazy.
wearing one next week.
Okay.
Okay, wear a pink shirt.
All right, we got to come up with a.
Something to put on it.
You're not going to be here though.
But yeah, I won't be here.
We'll
Okay,
take.
and
we'll
where?
take
I,
pictures.
see, I missed this part because I came in late. Where are you going now?
Well, no, I'll be back from Florida. I'm going to Florida.
Oh, that's right. You're going to
But,
the beach house.
But
Yeah.
then next week,
But then, yeah, my son is leaving to go overseas, and it's my early Mother's Day.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah,
though.
it's nice. I just, yeah,
Mother's Day is in.
it's pretty
2 weeks?
soon.
it's a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
So
to
get
know.
on that.
I will.
And my children, who this will come out after the fact, but get on that for your mama. Brynn will do something for me. She always does.
Yeah, my Mother's Days never go well.
No? What?
My only
Do
expectation.
tell.
Yeah, well, just like my only, and I don't have high expectations. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, you know, hey, can we just? Well, and now that the kids are older, it's not bad. But when they were little, it was like there'd always be some crisis, some big fight, and I'm like, all I'm asking, just
Right.
for one day.
Yeah. Not even a day, just
Not
a
even
couple
day,
hours.
just a couple hours.
Solid couple
Can we just
hours.
all get along and everybody
Right.
be happy
The
and nobody
bickering,
complain
right.
and yeah, you know, no
Nope.
one's letting the dog out the front door. No one's, you know, no
Yeah.
crises for like 2 hours, and that never. And then that would never happen. So
1 year, I just checked myself into a hotel
I
for a
remember
whole
when
weekend.
I remember when you did that.
Yeah.
That was when we were still like
Yeah,
early
'cause-
on. When we
Yeah,
were playing.
because the little guy was a baby. Like, I mean, that was like, you know, there was one season when both the older boys were doing 2 sports each, and they were doing band, and then had a baby,
right,
and I was just
you were fried.
delirious all the time. And yeah, so I checked myself into like the Westin, and I wore my sunglasses because I was like, if anybody recognized me, I would have like started, you know, whipped out the high school French and like been like, oh, you must have me confused with someone else.
That would have worked.
Yeah, because I just did not want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I got some magazines, and I got room service, and I watched like the Disney Cinderella movie or something like that. I watched something that nobody in my house would ever watch with me,
Right.
like just because I
at
could.
a house of 4 boys.
Yeah.
Well, there was an
3 boys and
episode of The Middle once where she did that. Like all she wanted for Mother's Day was for everybody to leave her alone. And so she kicked them out of the house, and then it ends up like they had the best family day ever.
Oh, right. Without her.
Without her.
Yeah.
And
That's
she was
just the way that works.
They came home and they were like all getting along and talking about what a great day they
they're
had. And she
laughing,
was
and
all
then she sounds
pissed.
jealous.
That's what would happen to
Yeah,
me.
me
too. Yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
what would happen if I kicked them all out.
Well, every year I ask them to hike with me. They have a couple of days a year that I ask them, Easter and Mother's Day, I ask them to hike.
So did they do it?
And they have every year, but usually somebody is whining about the hike. Somebody is complaining about it, whatever.
So nobody is as into the hike as you are?
Well, Joey and Jack are usually pretty good about it. It's usually the girls. So we'll try again.
Love
There you
hiking.
go.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Me too. And Joey does too. So Joey is my little hiker, and the two of us, we just went to Raven Rock. Have you been to Raven Rock?
What's Raven Rock?
So it's up by, do you know where Bear Chase is?
No.
Brewery?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
right. So there's Bear's Den is right there. Okay. It's across is that
50?
Route 7?
7, yes.
Yeah, it's across 7. So if you just cross 7,
Yeah.
it's right there.
Okay.
It's a 5.4 mile hike, but it is
I mean, that's the Appalachian
15
Trail.
it's totally on the Appalachian Trail. It's 1,500 feet of elevation.
Okay.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't take the little guys because it's a lot. Like coming back, and Joey can hike for hours. He was like, "There's a helicopter. If I do, SOS, do you think they'll come put their ladder
funny.
down so they can pick me up?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude, Joe, we're almost there." But it's beautiful when you get to the top. It's very pretty.
I've wanted to take 2 cars and park one on 50 and then drive up to 7 or vice versa and then just hike back.
Yeah.
Because that's the perfect distance for hiking.
Yeah.
I love to hike. I'll go hiking with you guys.
Okay, good.
Let's go hike.
Good, you should.
I'll meet
We
you
should.
after.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the nice thing.
Brewery.
The nice thing about those 2 hikes is because Bear Chase is right there. There's
Yep.
dirt farms.
Dirt
It's not
farms
too
right
far
down the
from
road.
there.
Yep.
I've never been to any of these places.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you need to go.
Oh yeah.
You definitely.
And
need
then
to.
there's right across from Dirt Farm is I don't know, it's a farm. And I don't remember what it's called, but they've decked it out for kids.
A
got,
hill.
like-
It's hill. Oh shoot! I know what you're talking about.
They've got like huge bouncy things. There's 2 of them that are probably as long as the building.
Wow.
The kids bounce on. There's Ninja Maze. There's
Ninja maze.
there's
It's a cool
all
place.
kinds of stuff for them to.
I know exactly.
See, now that sounds cool to me. I'll go to that
I'd
one.
go to the Ninja Maze. Yeah, that does sound
Ninja
fun.
Maze, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
You can meet us.
Okay, I'll go to the
Let me
Ninja
treat
Maze
the
when you
mean-
guys come back from your hike.
Yeah.
We'll go have a beer.
Your hike. Why the hell anybody would want to do that?
No, I used to.
Because you're in
Honestly,
nature.
I used to love to hike. I did when I was a kid. I just, it just seems like anything that takes more than an hour these days, I just have
Well,
no
this
interest
is a
in.
good, like, this took us 3.5
I was
hours.
gonna say good afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, it took us about 3.5 hours, and we were pretty much moving most of the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
When we got to the top, we stopped for a little bit, but not for long.
It's just so damn pretty.
And the weather was perfect, but you do have to. There's not a lot of parking, so you do have to get there either really early or you have to park like across the street, and it's not street, like across the highway.
Yeah.
And be careful going across, but it is totally worth it. And I like it better than Bear's Den. So, but it's definitely more strenuous than Bear's Den. It's a good one. However, after that hike, Joey, who has wanted to hike the entirety of the Appalachian Trail, was like,
That was a nice
that
piece.
was only
Yeah.
5.5 miles of the 2,100 mile stretch.
Wow.
So, he was kind of calculating in his head how the heck long it's going to take us, because apparently I'm walking it with him.
Oh.
That's quite a ways.
Do it. Yeah. It takes most people like 6 to 8 months.
Really?
I like
Didn't even
I
know
like
that was a thing.
I like the hiking on the Appalachian Trail, but it took on a different character for me when I had kids. So my Kirsten would work during the day, and I would say, okay, well, what can we do? Oh, well, I'll take my kids up to the Appalachian Trail, get some nature in there. They can get some energy out. It'll be great. Number one, it's all good until a stranger comes towards you.
Oh,
And then you're kind of like, all right, we're in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
right,
And I've got 2 little kids with me.
right.
That's a little nerving.
Yeah, yeah.
And the other part of it is there's bears. We saw a bear.
Oh, yeah. There's bears.
And that's when we were up, when I was in Pennsylvania hiking with the boys. There were droppings there, and they were definitely bear droppings. And I'm like, that's it. We're turning around. Because there's signs all up telling
I
you.
saw him. I mean, he was there, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, that would scare me. I would like bears with kids.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you should make noise.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
There's
no,
type
I
of
just
bears that
wanted
are around
to-
here, but you didn't want to
like-
scare your kids.
But
But
the
the black
black
bears are okay unless you see mama bear, right?
Well, as long as you're not in between them and their cubs,
Right.
but you
Yeah.
want to make noise. You want them to know you're coming. So, I'm always talking to my kids.
Yeah.
So
No
that's
surprises.
the other nice thing about this Ravens Rock is there's enough people on the trail that I feel a little bit safer that way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know one time we were on the AT somewhere that was definitely more isolated,
Right.
and we heard a chainsaw.
Ooh,
And I was like,
oh.
dude, Joe, we're turning around. And he goes, they're probably just cutting a tree for the trail. I'm like, they probably are, but we're not going to be like in the movie and be the idiots.
Right,
that-
they're like moving in
wonder what
slow
that sound
motion.
is.
Yeah.
And in the back of my mind, I'm also saying I'm being a little paranoid. I get that most of the people who are on the Appalachian Trail are really nice people. They love nature. They're out there to enjoy the earth.
But
and-
you just never know.
But there's enough
but
stories.
you never know.
You don't. And there's enough stories
Yes.
that
That you just like-
absolutely.
Right. Well, and it's just once you have kids, you get that
that
feeling that never goes
protective,
away,
yeah.
right? Even today, so JJ either rides his bike to school or he walks with the kids next door. And we live far enough away from the school that I can't see him. Like he goes around the bend within the first 20
Yep.
seconds
Yep,
and
yep,
I
yep.
can't really see him. And that's why I said, you can walk with the other kids, but I don't like you walking by yourself. And so today, for whatever reason, he went out the front door and I grabbed my coffee and I was looking out the side window and I saw him stop like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Like that's as long as he waited for the other kids.
Oh.
And
yeah.
then just kept walking. And I was like, it's okay. It's fine. He's fine. It's fine. And then I found myself jumping in the car and driving behind him. I didn't want him to see me.
Oh no!
Right? You know, because I didn't want him to think I doubted his. You know,
Mom.
but I got in the car and I was like, just driving real slow, trying to like, did he make it? Did he make? Oh, he's in the crosswalk. Okay. And then I turned the car around and went home.
Why is this damn van following?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, could have just driven him.
And it
Got
says
NASA
NASA
on
on
the
it.
side.
NASA. Shifty.
Free candy.
I have a sore spot for vans. Okay. No, but yeah, I just had this feeling like he's by himself. And what if someone pulls up and takes him? You know, I don't know. You get those weird thoughts that
and you
are
not going to happen,
it's
but
not- yeah.
still
It's
like,
not rational, but it's you just gotta. You can't help it.
Yeah, so
No,
I
we've all
get
been
it.
there. We've all been there.
yeah.
I was in my pajamas. I'm like shrunk down behind the
Rollers
wheel.
in your hair.
Yeah.
Like, hoping no one sees me. So I'm like, this is sad. This is sad.
Well, you love your kids, man.
Yeah.
There's,
Gotta protect them.
Yeah.
they drive you absolutely nuts, but you absolutely love them.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
They're the best. So what?
So
So what? So what?
So there.
So, okay, very quickly. So I was telling Aaron, you might have seen on my Facebook post, Eliza was in the play this week, right?
Oh yeah, how was that?
Yeah. How'd the play go?
So the play was very, very good, but these are student written in the spring. The students write their own plays, and then they're student written and student directed, and the students like pick the actors in it, right? And they're small, they're one acts, like, so 45-minute plays. Well, Eliza had the lead in one of them and refused to tell me what it was about. So I went in not knowing anything and not being prepared at all for the content that was in this thing and thinking it was written by a kid, whatever. Well, she dies at the end.
That's
so
terrible.
watching your own kid die when you don't know it's coming,
Oh.
it was very powerful.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Sobbing in the
Really?
audience, watching her.
What did she die of?
She was poisoned by her best friend.
Oh.
Oh,
It
dark.
was a story.
Oh, dark.
Well, it was a story of like they were and congrats to
Yeah,
Nikita who wrote this play.
The concept is great.
They were in a it was called The Simulation, and Nikita, I'm sorry if I'm stealing your show here, but they
It's okay. She's not actually listening.
you never know.
She might be.
Bryn and her friends did listen one time.
Oh, really?
Yes, as did Eliza and her friends. So they have to follow, the government puts thoughts in their heads and they have to do everything that the government tells them to do.
Oh,
essentially.
Oh,
And Eliza was a teenager who one day decided she wasn't playing the game anymore. And her aunt had just been killed by the government months prior to this for not playing the game. So her mother was very against her doing it. And her best friend, this guy, James, who I hate now.
Poor kid.
I know. I'm sitting there. He's done nothing. He actually was the kid who played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, and he was fabulous. But anyway, his parents got divorced because of the game, because the game told, I don't know, whatever, details that aren't really totally necessary.
sounds like it should be a movie.
But so he and Eliza's character, Ramona, got into a big fight about it. Then Ramona goes home and she fights with her mother about it. And then the government comes to take her. And this was the scene that like broke me. More than her dying was like her mother had to watch like the government come to try to take her away,
Oh.
which was hard to watch after
Yes.
she just fought with her mother. And kudos to Allie, who played her mother, because she played her better than I would have.
She nailed it.
She did. I'm like, whew, we've had that fight. And then the friend saves her from the government and takes her to the coffee shop that he works at. And he professes his love. And he's like, I bought us these 2 bus tickets. Let's go away and we can get away from the government. And she's like, okay, I love you too. And they hug. And as they're hugging, he takes out of his pocket the poison and he puts in her coffee. And then she
Terrible.
drinks the coffee and she dies.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
that's
But he tells
terrible.
a good play.
He tells her before she dies that
that he killed her.
yeah.
Oh, what did she
Wow.
do?
And she goes, I thought you were better than this.
And then she dies.
Oh,
It was so good. It was
that sounds good.
It was so good that Joey and Bryn wanted to go see it the second night too.
Wow.
Wow.
But I
That
will
sounds,
say that
it sounds like it should be a movie.
if it could be a movie.
And that was student written?
student written.
Wow. Were they
Very
all
impressive.
that good, or you only saw that
So
one?
I saw that one and so there were 4 total. two, and they did 2 and 2. So the other one I saw was a mystery, which was also really good and very funny and clever. But that one was funny. So this one was the drama. And the other 2 I didn't get to see, but Eliza said they were both really, really good too.
Very talented kids.
They are. So Eliza's play will be next year. So we all need to.
Okay.
We'll go.
We'll go.
I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go.
Absolutely.
See her
Yeah,
play.
that's super cool.
Yeah. So, but really, so the point of this is if you're a mom and you have a kid that's in a play, make sure they tell you if they're going to die because
That sounds awful.
or just don't wear makeup because my mascara was like all down my face.
Like
yeah,
your
that
date.
sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on my date. Exactly. I really need to find better mascara.
Anyway, they do make waterproof.
I have.
But you don't know you need it.
So the stuff I use is called
point.
Better Than Sex, and it is waterproof, and it is really good, except in certain situations. Like I was rubbing.
Oh, yeah,
it
it is.
well,
So, you know.
Your mascara
That's
is better
when you
than
use
sex.
that-
That's what it's called. It's called Better Than Sex. It's excellent mascara, and
who makes it?
Gwyneth
You don't know?
Paltrow.
I'll have to look it up.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Now hers are all
With her
weird.
voice.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like, okay,
She's got
okay.
some weird
got
stuff.
goop.
No, you need. Yeah, I'll tell you what if you know that you're gonna like.
it's the rubbing because it's really.
Right.
I never usually have a problem with it.
But Maybelline makes the clear mascara. There's no tint to it, but it does the same thing. It's just there's no color to it. So I always put that on when I know I'm going to be crying.
But
or
you have
rubbing.
dark
But I,
eyelashes.
again, had no warning.
Oh well,
Oh, right.
But I'm just saying in the future when you know.
Yeah.
The Maybelline, I'm telling you, the Maybelline, it's awesome, and it's
Okay,
like
it's probably
an old,
cheaper than
Oh,
the-
it's so cheap, but there's
Yeah.
no tint to it. It's clear.
Okay. All right. I'll try it.
There's no tint to it. I don't need to wear it at all. 'Cause
You've got those blonde eyelashes.
pale.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna be here next
that I have to wear mascara so people don't ask me if I'm sick.
I'm thinking next
Do
week.
you have a surprise for next week?
I do.
Oh,
Is it the
tea berry ice cream? You did not really.
you didn't pay
a
that
half gallon.
that
No.
ransom for it,
No,
did you? Okay.
No. I'm working on the pool,
Oh,
and
Yeah.
my dad came down
oh,
to help because
And he
he
brought
likes to
some?
do. Well, he brought it with him.
awesome.
I got it today. I was like, okay,
How
so
did it
how do I
stay
get this?
frozen?
Well, he puts it in a cooler, and
With ice.
And
With
it stayed
ice.
frozen for that long?
Well,
well,
then they'll stay frozen here.
for the most part, yes, it was a little
So
soft.
it was a milkshake and
No, it wasn't
not
milkshake.
quite,
It was
but
just
it
a
was
little
just a little
soft.
soft.
So I threw it in the freezer, and it's.
That's awesome.
So yeah, next week,
That's awesome.
You'll still have some
okay,
by
well,
next
I mean,
week? How much
here,
did he
maybe I
bring
can
you?
come for
it's just a half
dessert.
gallon.
Oh, I was going to say you're not going to have it. See, I'd have that eaten by next week. Like, there's no way that would make
I
that to
don't.
next week.
No, I'll see if I can.
It's that
2
good?
weeks. I'll see if I can make. I'll see if I can have
Just
it
save
for
a little
next
cup for these guys.
week.
Just
Yeah.
We'll celebrate your birthday early.
Ooh, that'll
Oh,
be fun.
that's
There
right.
you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Birthday
It's so
ice
funny
cream.
that like you remember my birthday and I'm like, my birthday? Oh, it's my birthday.
And actually, Kirsten also remembered that it's coming up, but I remember it because it's like only a few weeks before mine.
Right. I mean, and
it's
then
easy
once
for
you,
me to
every
remember.
time you say that, I'm like, yeah, I know yours is coming right after mine. But it's like, I never,
Yeah, I just remember you're both at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And
kind
you're
of.
around Christmas and you're in October.
yeah.
I am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
It's just that it's always, mine's always Memorial Day weekend. So
oh.
it's always
Yeah, so.
Mine's
16
usually
candles every
graduation.
year.
Yeah, because everyone's out of town.
It's always something happening, just not my birthday. No, it's fine.
Well, we are going to celebrate with our tea berry ice.
Heck,
Yeah, we have
Karen's
tea
tea berry
berry
ice cream.
Absolutely.
birthday party.
Yes.
Ooh. Well, now I'm awake.
That's exciting.
All excited.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anything else that's exciting.
Exciting.
That was pretty much it.
That was probably the pinnacle.
that's-
right there.
It doesn't get better than like ice cream that I have
berry
no
ice
idea how
cream.
it tastes.
Right.
What if
Yeah.
I hate it? What if we hate it, Kirsten?
I
hate
don't
it,
even
hate it.
know
It's all good.
what it tea berry. Yeah.
We'll make a moussaka and put some candles in it. And then if you don't like the tea berry, you can have the moussaka.
Oh, that's the other. I have to make sure he brought it.
What?
But I have the Rachel sandwich.
Oh.
recipe as well.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I showed you how like they had
in a
that
restaurant.
on the
I saw
in
that.
Lewisburg. So
Right.
it makes sense.
I
that
will.
it-
I will see if I can at least post it so you guys can see the
It's like
ingredients.
turkey
But
and.
it's not about. It's about the sauce. It's the
Right.
sauce
Oh,
that,
that makes it so
the
good.
sandwich.
Were the ingredients that were listed in the menu that I sent
No.
you? They were different,
They-
but it was right near the Reuben, so it was what they were trying to get
Yes,
across.
it is the same as it's the same. I can't remember. You know what?
Okay, we'll see. We'll look. We'll see next week.
I don't want to misspeak because
We will
like,
see next week.
This is like the fourth topic we've had tonight where we're just like,
I don't know.
So what?
So what?
We are keeping with the theme, Leslie.
This theme is so what?
We're so good. That's how
what?
professional we are.
It's all in the plan.
So what?
I mean, kind of.
We're good at it.
We are
Yeah.
really good.
We're all the best
made
we
to
got.
do this. We are the best we got.
Yeah.
For sure. What is it?
So
What
what?
is your
We're the best
statement
we
that you
got.
say all the time?
So there you go.
So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Very interesting.
Hey, I don't think we've said that much at all because we really haven't said anything.
We haven't said
very
we
Yeah.
haven't said anything interesting in the least tonight. Although I will say, so tonight with the senior night, like I said, I was not in charge, and the lady who was in charge was actually not going. She didn't stay. She came and dropped everything off and gave instructions, and then left. And so at one point, I was taking cupcakes from, first of all, she put the cupcakes in the refrigerator in the concession stand. I don't know if you've been outside tonight, but it's like 30 degrees. So it's
Not
there was
necessary.
not necessary. But again, so, and then I was to take the cupcakes out at halftime and take them out of the cupcake container and put them on a separate tray. And so people were questioning why I was doing this. And I was like, I don't know.
It's in the instructions.
I was told to do this. And they're like piping up with stuff. And I go, look, people, I don't give suggestions. Or then they ask you to be in charge. I'm just doing
I'm the
what
worker
I am
bee. I
told.
follow the instructions.
I know nothing. What is it? From
yeah.
Hogan's Heroes.
I know
I know
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So done. I don't ask questions. I don't question my instructions. I just do it.
Right.
There
You start
go.
changing things.
So
and
you
people
even had
think
food
you're in
Yeah,
charge.
people think-
You had
yeah.
food too?
Oh yeah, she had all kinds of stuff. It was.
Can she be in charge of ours next
And
week?
well, apparently, and I don't know her very well, but apparently, like this was her last kid, and she's had many, and she's done like the cheerleading and
them.
she's done a lot of senior nights, so she's well versed
you
in the
could
senior night.
Send her on over to
Sure, I'll give her. I'll give
Freedom,
you her
Freedom
number.
Softball could use her help.
Yes, but yeah. It was very. I mean, she had tablecloths and I mean, it was done rather well. I guess I don't know. I'm not
It
there.
sounds like it. I'll
Wow.
tell you after next week what ours
Okay.
looks like because hers burns is on Friday of next week. Tomorrow is prom, and then next Friday is senior.
Wow.
What color's her
that's-
dress?
It's a very pale yellow, which sounds like it wouldn't look good on her, but it does, and it's very Cinderella-like. But yellow.
Oh, pretty.
Belle.
Belle.
Yeah. Yes, but not
Right.
not the
Right.
strong yellow that Belle's dress is. So tonight she was all the texts I'm getting. She was trying to do her hair, and she has come to the conclusion that she does not do hair well.
Oh, I don't do hair
I'm
well.
terrible at doing hair.
So I won't be home in time to do her hair. So
Right.
she's gonna have to flat iron it and hope it doesn't rain
Yeah.
because her frizzy hair doesn't do well. I don't think it's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be okay.
Yeah, poor Ava has like this she's got great hair, like great for braiding. Like all the girls do these really cool braids and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And I
I don't know how to
can't
do that.
braid to save my
can
life.
do- Me
Like,
neither.
See,
I'm
I can
so
do.
bad.
I used to do that because that was a big like softball like. you
Yeah,
could
they
braid
do,
down
like,
it. So
yeah.
I used to do that for Bryn all the time, but she never did it for herself.
Oh,
So, and I can't do my own, but I can do other people's.
I can't braid at all.
I can't. I'm just terrible,
Terrible.
at hair.
Okay,
Yeah, me
so
too.
we will have a little braiding session.
Okay.
And I will
Yeah,
teach
we
you
can
all.
braid-
We can use Aaron's
Yeah, we
hair.
can use Aaron as a
'Cause he's
demo.
got a
That's
ponytail.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what was that thing? Do you remember the topsy turvy?
No.
No.
Oh, the tips. Yeah. It was like
you took
yeah.
you put a ponytail
And then
this thing looked like a giant needle, like the eye was really big and it had a point. And
But you could just do that.
that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
the topsy turvy, and you stuck your
Yeah, and then
ponytail
you
in it
flipped
and
it
then
over.
threaded it through, and it.
But you
flipped.
can do that without a topsy turvy.
Well,
You can,
I
but
used
then
to
they
do
don't
that.
make
after I
money.
received the topsy turvy,
Did you-
Then I realized you could do it without.
Yeah.
topsy
So
turvy.
It's
you
not
ordered
really
yourself
necessary.
a topsy-turvy?
Yeah.
So you know what I had that I got off of one of those stupid things was the thing that's the Thigh Master. I had a
You
thigh
really
master.
had a thigh
I had a Thigh Master.
Wow.
Wow.
I did.
Did you feel like your thighs are really fit?
Well, they were back then.
Yeah.
Suzanne
Thigh
Summers. You know,
master,
she
yes.
admitted that like
That was
that
Thigh
she
master
just was
she never used
genetically that way. Like the thigh master never did anything for her, but she was, you know.
you had to have pretty freaking strong thighs to use that
but she
thing.
said it was all genetics. Yeah.
Wow.
She
Thigh
admitted it.
master was. Huh.
I did have a thigh master. I had one of
Wow.
those, and I had an epilady, that crazy thing that pulled your hair
Oh,
out.
those are painful.
Yep, I had one of those.
Yeah, I don't think you don't really see those anymore because I think
No,
those are
because
the
they're like a
devices.
torture device.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I had one of those too.
Yeah.
I never
that's-
tried that one. I did try the one that was supposed to like buff the dead skin off your heels. What was that one?
Oh,
called?
the petty egg.
the petty egg.
I had a petty egg.
It didn't. Did it work? It didn't
No,
work.
it was no.
It was like that sweater depiller.
Yeah,
thing.
that was, it was a lot like that. Yeah.
But it didn't really work.
No, I didn't think that was.
You don't know what a depiller is? Okay.
That's because all he wears are his black and gray t-shirts.
Yeah, if you
Enlighten
wore
me.
sweaters,
Two pink
then-
ones.
Okay, so when you wear sweaters
So what?
a lot, like on the places that get rubbed, like your side or
You get like a
under,
little
under your
ball
arm, you
of
get
yarn.
little balls of yarn that are like hard,
Pills.
like pills.
They're called
called
pills.
pills.
Okay.
And so
You
They
have
have-
to de-pill your sweater.
they have a little device that is like a tiny little razor, sort of, but with a catch-all on the back, and you run it across the sweater, and it takes the pills off.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you
Except
don't
he's
have a pilly sweater.
said something interesting.
There we go.
We're out. The
All
show
right.
is over.
All right.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for joining
it.
us on Set List of Life.
Now we'll play our outro. Which doesn't exist.
So
Is there a walk-off song? Like, is it a
Walk-off song.
walk-off
Interesting.
song?
Okay.
It's a completely different feel than the walk-on song. So.
Should be so what?
So,
So oh, there we go.
There we go.
And there
This is all coming to a head. I can't take it.
Oh, every Thursday. Every Thursday. It's like my therapy.
It used to be cheaper than therapy.
Yeah, that was
That was a good name. You
that
guys
was our
came
band
up
name
with.
after Christine.
After me.
Yeah.
Cheaper than therapy.
They're
That's because maybe you didn't think I needed it.
We don't like
but
to
I
talk
did.
about the days after Christine. Yeah, they were dark.
They were the dark days after
They were the dark
Christine.
days.
So I came back.
So she came back, and now it's full of what is it?
Light and hope.
What did you just say?
Oh, positively radiant.
Now everything is positively
Everything is
radiant.
positively. Good call. Good call.
That needs to be our comeback album.
Positively radiant.
That can be before Reiki Chicken and Don't Give the Dog a Pipe.
Yeah, yeah. Who's writing all these songs? We need to get the people.
We
from
need to get on that show because
Right?
we need some tunes to go with all
That's
these
right.
fabulous lyrics.
I think Don't Give the Dog a Pipe should be from the Dark Ages. From the
Oh
Dark
yeah,
Ages.
yeah.
Yeah,
I shouldn't
That's
be on
not
that
on
one.
Positively Radiant.
That's not
But
Positively
Reiki Chicken is.
Reiki
Reiki
Chicken's
Chicken,
positively radiant. Absolutely. I never did send you the chicken with the feather pants. I'm so excited about your
feather
Reiki
pants?
chicken. Yeah, they have like feathers on their legs, and
Oh, the real chickens.
Yes.
Yeah, not like
it's not like the guinea pigs. I'm not dressing them in feather pants. Although
dressing up your chickens
I
in
thi-
feather pants again. Seems like something you might do.
Well, it's true. But they just have feathers on their legs,
oh, no,
and so
I've
they
seen
look like they're
those.
wearing pantaloons.
Yeah, those are pretty.
And my neighbor finally sent me some pictures. I'll share them with you, and you can put them on the Instagram of her actual guinea pig dress up outfits. These are my neighbor's guinea pigs.
So what do they dress up as?
Well, the one like I mentioned before, because I remembered this one, was that it was the New Year's Eve picture, and it has the champagne spilled over and the hat kind of cockeyed, and it says, I can't remember the year, but it has the year on it. And then there's a whole baseball uniform, cap and everything, and she even has like a backdrop of like the fans.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm trying to think what the third one. She sent me a third
Wow.
one. I can't think of what that one is, but I'll share them so you can put them on the Instagram. But yeah, she's very good at it.
Yeah, that's an obscure talent.
Does she have like an Instagram page for it?
No,
should.
but I think
She
she
probably
puts them up
should.
on Facebook.
Okay.
That's not the platform for that.
No,
Yeah, it's really
Needs
a
to go to Instagram.
she probably should. I mean, her
All
hobby,
the kids would share those
her
things.
hobby is actually photography, and she's a very good photographer. But this is just one of her things that she does to
awesome.
I don't know.
to mess with guinea pigs.
Role playing with guinea pigs.
Fun and games with guinea pigs.
It's like those people who do those Peeps dioramas.
That's what I was thinking.
I love the Peeps dioramas.
I do
though.
too.
I
They're
do
very
too. I
creative.
just don't have the patience to like sit and create something like
They're
that.
very creative. They do a lot of like
Some
current
of them.
events, and they're very, very, very on top of things. Those Peeps diorama
They
people.
are. We should do a Dolly for Sue Peeps diorama.
We should.
Oh,
We
that's
could
a
probably
great
still
idea.
get Peeps right now because Easter
Yes.
was only a few weeks. Ooh, okay. Craft night.
Okay, craft night. Yeah, I put them
We
in my
can do
Easter
it while
basket.
while we're podcasting. We
That's
can
right.
totally sit here and like
Yeah, and like little
Behind the
Peeps
scenes.
guitars and
Totally.
little Peeps instruments
And
and,
they're-
little Peeps headphones.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, we're all over this.
Little tiny
a little
Dolly.
Peeps wooden table.
We need little tiny Dolly T-shirts.
Yes,
Yeah.
and little tiny
Oh my gosh.
pink whatever's on your T-shirt.
Oh, little Miss Nebby.
Yeah, little tiny. Leslie will be a little tiny
Little
Miss
Miss
Nebby T-shirt. And
Little Nebby, I'm coming on home.
little Nebby.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now I feel isolated because that's like nobody has ever heard of Nebby at this table.
Okay, so if any of you listeners out there have heard of what we think is made up.
It is not made up. It's not
It's
Eric.
a very. It's a very.
P.S. Speaking of which, doesn't really exist. Speaking of
Aaron's
which,
mother
No.
doesn't remember.
No, so that was not real. That's why I put LOL at the end.
I know. I was just.
Yes, but did you actually ask your mother?
No.
Exactly.
Ask her. Ask her
Because
what
you're
happened to
afraid
Eric.
of the answer. Eric does not exist. Has he called yet? No, he has not because he does not exist.
So everybody listening has no clue what we're talking about. So Aaron texted us a couple days ago and said, "Hey, I talked to my mom. I asked her whatever happened to Eric, and she said, you never had a friend named Eric." And we were like, we knew it. We knew it was made up. But he was just messing with us.
I still think it's made up. I don't believe he existed.
You have to have an elementary school yearbook.
Your yearbook.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have it. He's
We
friends
want
with me
proof.
on Facebook.
Oh,
There is
Baloney.
a real Eric.
Let's see.
Okay.
Baloney.
Baloney.
Christine's like,
I don't believe you.
sure.
I'm gonna
Friends
get on
with me on
Facebook
Facebook.
tonight, and I'm gonna check out Aaron's friends' names,
Oh.
and then I'm going to instant message everybody named Eric on there and say,
There's only one.
"Aha!"
Oh,
Right. Okay.
okay.
We're like,
Do
we
you
thought
really
you
know
were
who this guy
imaginary.
is?
I'm not on Facebook, so you have to fill me in
Okay.
when you
We
find out
don't-
this
I-
Eric.
you know what? To be honest, I don't really have the time for that.
I'm not really going to do it.
She's all talk.
I am also.
Lies. This is a table of lies.
Hey, Karen Carpenter would not be wasting her time checking out.
And Karen Carpenter would never lie.
That's true. She wouldn't lie. I don't know. Maybe in her badass drumming days, she would.
Maybe. I don't know. She seems so out of character.
She had that underhand hold too.
Yeah.
She was
that
really
was like an
good.
old fashioned
Traditional.
Like a lot of 50s, really good 50s drummers, 60s, 70s. They all did that
Traditional.
underhand thing. I can't hold a drumstick. Can you hold a drumstick that way?
I've never tried.
Yeah, I
Now I'm going to have to.
Yeah,
traditional
but I
versus
mean, like-
matched.
Yeah, and you, yeah.
Yeah, there's positives to each one.
Right,
There's
right.
no right or wrong, but yes, that is more of an older style,
yes.
traditional way of playing.
It's
She was very good.
Yeah,
It's
she was-
interesting, yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. Well, no,
Well, there
I mean,
you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you
Well,
go.
there you go.
Because I diddled in the drum
Yeah.
for a
Diddled in
while,
the
and
drum
I
world.
can't.
I think Joey made.
I can't fathom holding
I
an
have to look at
underhand.
that.
That's how I learned when I
I
started.
think Joey
Oh,
might.
okay.
And then I just
And then
went
you've
to a
switched.
matched, Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the drums in middle school, but I don't remember.
You don't remember your grip?
I don't think it was like that. I think it was just regular.
Again, Kirsten, family show.
Bad. That is so bad.
Good thing this isn't a video podcast.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Oh my gosh, it's so loopy.
God.
always the serial killer that comes out with the worst thing.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a ruse. It's so you don't notice I'm a serial killer.
That's right.
Think like,
She slipped in
yeah.
undetected, and now look at us, scarred
Yeah.
for life at this table of lies.
Table of lies.
Table.
It's really just this side.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm beyond punch drunk. I
Yeah, I think we're all
think it's time
loopy,
to
little
wrap this puppy
slap
and
happy.
give it a pipe.
I will say if the audience is enjoying the show, go to iTunes and do a review and rating thing.
Yeah,
but only
yeah.
if it's nice.
Only if you're enjoying the show.
Yeah,
though.
well, it helps with the algorithm and pushing it out to more people. So yeah, it's
Oh,
like
so
one of the
that's how
best
that
things that
works?
you could do for us. Is
Awesome.
to go out there and give it a review and all. Why you like the show? Why the hell do you like listening to us?
Makes you feel better about yourself. That's our whole goal.
Our goal. We
We're
make
the best you
everyone
got.
feel accepted.
Feel so much better about your life.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
You could be us.
But so what?
But so what?
Yeah.
She brought it around. Kirsten,
you.
She-
ever the
I mean,
professional.
Fire
I-
tonight.
Well, actually, she flips back and forth between professional
Totally.
and not so
And
professional.
Yeah.
you know,
But
she's trying to reach all different audiences since we haven't figured out our demographic.
Well, yes.
Right. Exactly. We
Throw a little
it
bit of
can't
everything
hurt.
out there. And
We
figure
throw
out.
we throw everything to the wild to see what sticks.
absolutely. Well, on that happy
All
note,
right.
this has been the Set List of Life. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.